Let's start to move our bodies just a bit by drawing your knees towards your chest, giving yourself a big tight squeeze. And just rocking side to side to massage your lower back out. Start to slow down the rocking. Then take your hands towards your knees and start to make some big circles instead. So you're using your hands to kind of direct the circles and be as big or small as you want. It's allowing yourself to still massage that lower back more toward your sacrum. And reverse the circles opposite direction. Slow it down, come back towards the center. And happy baby pose. So for happy baby, you can always just allow your knees to open up, or you can take peace fingers around the big toes with the feet up high towards the ceiling, or even hands around the outer edges of your feet. Just allowing your hips to open up. Doesn't matter, again, what it looks like, more about what it feels like, and to move deeper into the inner thigh line. Give yourself a big hug, draw your knees toward your chest, nose meets the knees. We'll send our feet down towards the mat, knees up towards the ceiling, and we'll move our bridge pose today using our breath to still cultivate that awareness for what's going on in our bodies today. So it'll be a moving bridge pose, really not holding this bridge for very long. Drop your hands down by your side body, forearms down towards the ground. Then on the inhale, start to lift the hips up and reach the arms towards the back of the mat. So now the tops of the hands are lying down towards the back of the mat. On your exhale, start to drop everything back down like you're moving through water. Hips drop, forearms drop back down towards the ground. We'll move through this a couple times to inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale, lower down. Forearms down, down towards the mat. Lift your legs up towards the ceiling. Just point and flex your feet a couple times, maybe make some circles into the ankles. Then reverse the circles opposite direction. Just being kind to our bodies and noticing all aspects of our physical body. Sending awareness into some of the parts we might not even acknowledge, even being our ankles and our feet. We'll just take a couple times to point through our toes and hold there. Then add on some circles, like you're drawing a circle onto the ceiling. So really you're moving your entire legs. You should start to feel your core turn on to provide extra stability to your body, but also start to feel more of a massage towards the sacrum. And if we think about this more from a chakra sense, we're really stimulating more into the root chakra and the sacral chakra here. Reverse the circles opposite direction. Start to slow down those circles, then come back towards your happy baby pose, reopen the hips. Knees back toward your chest. Give yourself another big tight squeeze around your nose to meet your knees. Then drop your feet down again, knees up towards the ceiling. Stay here with the legs, but cross that right leg over the left. So you come into a pigeon pose on your back. So you're making like a fancy number 4 shape. From here, you can stay directly as you are, or maybe take your hands through, thread your arms through the space you created, and either grab underneath your left hamstring, or maybe it feels better to take your hands towards your shin, directly underneath your kneecap. This will be one of our longer holds, especially more towards the beginning. Take one more full breath on this side of your body. Then if you had your legs lifted, drop that left foot back down. We're moving towards a twist before we switch legs. So if you'd like to move into the option where you cross your right leg more so it looks like an eagle wrap leg, that'll be an option for your twist to drop your knees now towards the left. If it feels like a lot on your back to cross the legs, you can keep your knees together or send the left leg long and then cross the right leg over. So moving to what feels good on your back today. Being mindful that our bodies show up differently every single day. And to move with awareness shows not only care, but also full support of our physical self. Take one more full breath here in your twist. And draw your knees back towards your chest, resetting everything, maybe rocking side to side again. And start to drop your feet back down, knees up towards the ceiling, and we'll switch legs. So now left leg crosses over, that fancy number 4 shape, the 90-degree bend in your knee. And that right foot can stay down towards the mat. Or if it feels better, you can take your arms through and then grab on behind the right hamstring. Just taking notice that one side probably feels different than the other, and that's very natural for our bodies to respond in that way, especially if we're leading with one dominant leg over the other. Take one more full breath here in your pigeon. Then we'll move into the same options. Doesn't have to be the same thing that you took on the other side, but still knowing that you can take any of the options that we moved into with either eagle wrap legs, left leg crossed over, maybe knees bent together, or even supine twist to send the right leg long, and then cross your left leg over. Just allowing your body to move into your version of your twist. Take one last full breath here on this side. And come back towards the center. Another time to give yourself a big squeeze, knees towards your chest, round your nose to meet your knees. Then we'll rock up to find a comfortable seat. Crisscross position. And do take notice of which leg is on top right now, because we will switch it out for the other leg. But hands towards the knees, and we'll start out with some gentle circles. So you'll notice that we're moving into some very similar movements. What we did on the mat, we'll now take in a seated position. Continuing to notice how our body shows up with even slight shifts. Reverse the circles opposite direction. And slow your circles down. Take your feet down, knees up towards the ceiling again. And hands are going to come down towards the mat. We'll move into a reverse tabletop. So allowing your hips to press up, kind of like what we did in bridge pose just a little bit ago. Lower the hips back down. We'll take a couple more times to press the hips up. Exhale, lower the hips. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Definitely felt that a lot in my triceps. So some slight activation. Continue to stay with your hands down towards the mat. We'll cross that right leg over the left, like we're sitting back into that pigeon pose. So know that again, if it feels like it's a lot on your body with the hands down, you can also come down onto your forearms to lay back. But you might feel this a bit more intensely, especially when you're sitting up. Switch out the legs towards your other side. Left leg crosses over. And slowly switch it out. Knees stay up towards the ceiling, but give yourself a big hug here. Draw your chin down toward your chest. We'll come into butterfly pose, just allowing your knees to open up, feet together. Great place to stay upright into your body, or you can fold over your legs. About 5 deep breaths. Still noticing the present moment in each shape that you come into. And why yoga is considered a contemplative practice or a part of mindful movement is that when we are taking shapes, different poses, we allow ourselves to be aware of the totality of our experience from head to toe without judgment of ourselves. Just allowing us to feel that mind-body connection in each pose. Option to stay here in butterfly, or you can take a straddle to take your legs wide, either staying up or starting to walk your hands forward. We'll be here for about 5 to 7 breaths, either forward folding or optional side body stretch to take one arm down to reach for one leg. If you took the side body stretch, make sure to switch it out to find balance. Come back towards the center. And whatever leg was on top before, recross it so the opposite leg is on top. It might be a bit of a brain teaser. So it's typically we go for the dominant leg first, the one that feels most comfortable. So switching it out for the other leg now in this crisscross position. We'll take a twist. Left hand goes for your right knee. Gaze back. You can either keep your gaze neutral, just to gaze off towards the side, or gaze towards your right shoulder. Switch sides, twist on the opposite direction. Come back towards the center. Either drop your hands down and lift your chest up, or you can lift the hips up off the mat, press the hip flexors forward. Release the glutes back down if you have them lifted. Stay with the legs, but walk your hands forward for a seated forward fold.